Hi, third graders. For Letterland today, we are going to go over our reading comprehension passage where we had to fill in the blank. So I want you to check your answers today as we go over it. But before we get started, we are going to review some of our words that we learned had more than one meaning. Brush could be a hairbrush, toothbrush, a thick growth of bushes, brush crumbs off your shirt, or when you have a brush by someone when they pass you. Chest could be a strong box with a lid, the upper trunk of your body enclosing your lungs. A trip could be going somewhere, falling over something like a root, tripping an alarm. Stamp. A postage stamp, you can use a rubber stamp, or you can stamp your feet. Oftentimes we hear it as stomp your feet, but we can use it as stamp as well. A stump is a tree stump, or to be unable to answer a question or riddle when you're stumped. Here was our passage from yesterday. Today I'm going to turn to where we had time to try doing our answers and filling in the blanks. So let's go through and read it. The Big Bear. When I went camping in the woods with my family, my mom sent me to the camp store. I felt bad as I walked through the woods. I had forgotten what she asked me to get. As I went on my trip along the path, so that's going on a trip, something made me trip. So you can trip over something like the tree stump that we saw in the last slide. And I fell into the brush. Brush can be a thick growth of bushes. So that's where we got that one. I had to brush myself off. Do you remember the picture with the little boy with crumbs? Well, here, this person had to brush themselves off because they fell into the brush. Then I saw the small wooden treasure chest that I had fallen over. A chest, remember, can be filled with toys or the upper trunk of your body, enclosing your lungs. So, I looked up to see a scary troll with a hairy chest. He had a club on his shoulder. I had upset him. He acted like a real grump. He started to insult me. You scrawny little pest. He started to stomp his feet. That reminded me that Mom wanted a stamp from the store. So we can stomp our feet, or we get a stamp from the store. Maybe Mom is mailing a letter. I was afraid that he wouldn't let me get past. I saw an old tree stump nearby that reminded me of something my mom told me. A troll will not let you pass until you stump him with a riddle. So stump was used all 2 times with the meanings that we had learned previously. It's like a contest. If he can't guess your riddle, he has to let it go. Thinking quickly, I reached into my backpack and pulled out a napkin, a drink. No help there. Then I pulled out something else. I held it up to the troll. I asked, "How is this like a fancy dance party?" He scratched his head, dropped his club, and gave up. I held up my baseball and said, "This is a ball, and a fancy dance party is a ball." And he pondered this. I ran away. So go ahead, and I want you to check your work with the work we did today that you did yesterday. Tomorrow we'll be doing Unit 1, Day 5.